Hello everybody, it's Amanda here from Calmer Thoughts again with my Calmer Thought of the Day for a very rainy Thursday. This is my 25th day of doing this, my day 25, coming on and giving tips and hints and strategies to help through lockdown. Now I know we're out of it and things are back, well, some things are open and back to normal a little bit more, but moving forward, as I've keep saying, not a lot has changed really in many places. So hopefully these tips and hints will help those people moving forward. I am a solution-focused hypnotherapist and a mindset coach, and I help people with everything ranging from stress, anxiety, depression, fears and phobias, motivation, self-esteem, confidence, all sorts of things. So today's tip of the day is stepping out of your comfort zone, which is what I do a lot with people when they come and see me. This is a sort of thing, people come and see me normally because they feel they are being held back by something, or they're holding themselves back from achieving what they want to do. And a lot of it is a lack of self-esteem and confidence, and sometimes just the motivation to do it. But I thought I'd talk about stepping out of your comfort zone today, because we all love to stay in our comfort zone. It's a nice, safe place to be, and it's familiar, and it gives, we're not stressed or anxious when we're in our comfort zone. Everything's easy and familiar. And also it's a fantastic safety mechanism. It's an internal safety mechanism for all of us because it keeps us out of danger. If we're in our comfort zone, nothing theoretically can go wrong. But it's really good for us all to push ourselves a little bit out of our comfort zone, to learn new things, to experience new things, so we can cope better moving forward. So to improve our lives and our mental health, we really must try and step out of our comfort zone. And we perform better when we do that. A little bit of stress, a little bit of adrenaline is good. It helps us perform a little bit better than if we're just feeling safe and comfortable. It's like, I don't really need to bother, I can do this, okay. So when we are when with a little bit of stress and a little bit of adrenaline, a little bit of anxiety, it's not a bad thing because it pushes us and it makes us perform better. We're more on the ball really about things, and we're more focused. It increases our focus and our attention. And I've talked a lot about I've mentioned some TV programs as we've been going through this, and if you think about the ones that are on at the moment or have just been on, think about the people that have been on that. I'm talking about the Bake Off, Great British Bake Off. I'm thinking about Strictly Come Dancing, and I'm thinking about I'm a Celebrity. And those are sadly all the ones I watch this time of year. I love all of those. And all of those people, you know, in I'm a Great British Bake Off, they're not celebrities. They are your Joe Public amateur bakers going on there and really pushing themselves out of their comfort zone. Not only are they cooking under pressure, under time constraints, they're being filmed, and it's, you know, it's a national thing that you'll watch. How stressful is that? But they push themselves and achieve amazing things. So they really step out of their comfort zone to do that. As it's just finished, my son each year keeps saying, "Oh, Mum, are you going to apply?" Because I quite like baking and cooking. That would be my worst nightmare. I couldn't cook under stress or pressure or time constraints, and my repertoire of maybe 5 cakes that I make would run out pretty quickly. I wouldn't get very far. So that fills me with horror, the thought of doing that. But well done to those people who go on and do something like that. Strictly and I'm a Celeb, they are celebrities. Most of them are used to performing in some shape or form, but they're really pushing themselves out of their comfort zone and their boundaries. And all of them, when they do something that they're not used to, or they confront their fears in some way, have you seen what they look like after they've done it? Their sense of achievement, you can almost see them grow and feel so confident that they can take on anything. So pushing yourself is a good thing. I'm not saying we need to do anything as mega and huge as the things that they're doing, and like Strictly Come Dancing in front of millions of people, when it's not your thing at all, again, is a massive thing to do. We don't have to go that far. It's just stepping out of your comfort zone a little bit. So I think when I talk to clients, I sort of talk about little almost circles of confidence. I'll go this side so you can see. This is us in our comfort zone, and it's nice and safe in here. And we may have a goal further on that is way over there, way beyond our sight, but it's a goal we want to achieve, and it seems too much to go for. We need to break it down into small bits. So we do the first little thing, just step out of our comfort zone and do the next little thing. Just push ourselves a little bit, and soon that becomes normal. And that suddenly becomes our new comfort zone. We've moved into our new comfort zone and we're safe in that. And then we do the next thing. We push ourselves just a little bit further, and it's a bit scary and we don't really like it, but the more we do it, the more we get used to it. Suddenly, we've moved into that comfort zone. It becomes more normal. So we keep extending our comfort zone, pushing ourselves step by step. So eventually the thing that seemed miles off and something that we'd never dream of doing becomes closer and closer and closer. And eventually we just have to take one little more push and then we're there. So tips for coming out of your comfort zone is start small. Just like I said, these little zones we have, start small. You may have a big goal, but that's too far to go in one shot. So start small. I did this with doing these lives actually. The thought of doing these lives every day terrified me. I've been thinking about doing these for ages, at least a couple of years, coming on and doing lives, but the thought of being on a camera and filming myself and watching myself back and hearing my own voice just made me feel sick, and I thought, I'm not going to think of anything to say and I'm going to freeze and it's going to be horrible. So how I started with this was I just did a few little videos. I even just videoed myself on my phone to watch myself back and thought, oh, I can't do that, it's awful. And then I did a video, I did it on a video, I did a proper one on a video on my camera, and then thought, what's the worst that can happen? I'll just put it out there and see what happens. And by doing it on a video, if I didn't like it, I didn't have to share it. If I didn't think I sounded right or I forgot what I said, it didn't matter. I could just delete it. So I started in little stages. So now, and then like I said yesterday, I announced at the beginning of lockdown that I was going to come on every day and do this. So I put it out there, I made myself accountable, which is what I talked about yesterday, telling someone you're going to do this, and now I'm doing it every day. And although I do get a little bit nervous each time before I press go live, I'm much more confident and much more at ease with doing this. I would spend all morning thinking about what I was going to say, and now I quickly make a few notes and that's it. I don't really think too much about it. My comfort zone, which had been miles away, I'm now in it. It's become normal, which was my aim of doing this. So everyone can do that. Another thing is just tell yourself you can do it. So starting small is the first thing and building up, and just telling yourself you can do it. We have a lot of negative self-talk and we constantly tell ourselves we can't. We constantly look back on things that have gone wrong. Tell yourself you can do this. And almost what's the worst that can happen if you start small? So it's positive talking to yourself, I can do this. And then look back on things you have achieved. You have done so much in the past and we often forget about it because it becomes normal and our comfort zone and we don't think it's a big deal anymore. But look back on some of the things you have had to do, some of the things you've had to learn. It's like starting a new job. You go into a new place of work and it's all quite daunting that first few days, first few weeks, even just knowing which coffee cup to use, where to sit in the staff room, the hierarchy, who you can talk to, how you go about things. And within a few weeks, that becomes normal, and what was nerve-wracking, you don't even think about. So as simple as that, think about things you have achieved in the past. You can do this, step by step. And then create a vision of yourself doing it. So this is a bit like my vision board, a bit like I talked yesterday about having a virtual vision board. Imagine yourself doing what it is you want to do. See yourself. Feel what it feels like to do that. See yourself in the future doing the thing that you want to achieve. And there's a whole thing on this, but our brains don't know the difference between reality and imagination. So whatever we think, our brain thinks is actually really happening. So if you tell yourself enough that you are doing something and you are good at it and you can achieve it, your brain will eventually go, this must be true because we keep telling ourselves we can do it, so we can. So those are my little tips for stepping out of your comfort zone. Basically start small, but it is so good to do this. When you step out of your comfort zone, it builds that self-esteem, your confidence. It helps you're better equipped to deal with changes and challenges in life because you know you can do it from past experiences. So I'm just looking at my notes here. Yes, it just builds us up so we can face new things. And the world has changed so much this year. We've had to face all sorts of challenges and new ways of doing things. And look how far you've come in what you've done this year, or how you've adapted. We need to keep pushing forward. So that's my tip for today. Step out of your comfort zone. Take a small step and step out until it becomes normal, and then you can step out again and do something else that just stretches you, learning something new. Just going to talk to somebody in the queue in Sainsbury's, start up a conversation with someone if you're naturally quite shy and you wouldn't dream of doing that. What's the worst that can happen? That person will say hello back to you, even if that's just smiling and saying hello and just starting a little conversation. That's pushing yourself out of your comfort zone if you don't normally do that sort of thing. So think about how you can do that. Please share this with people. I've got Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 3 more of these to do for my 28 tips for lockdown. If it hasn't helped you, it may help someone you know, someone who is struggling to cope, who needs more confidence, more motivation, more self-esteem moving forward. So I'm done for today. It's horrible here, no walking for me today, even though I'm into my walking. This is not going to drag me out. I'm staying in the warm and dry, and hope you are too. So see you tomorrow for my tip on my karma thought of the day for tomorrow. Take care until then. Bye bye.